We gonna play the game, the PlayStation all day, with the Metal Gear Solid to Tekken 3, and from Omega Boost to Resident Evil. Just play for the fun, cause we got it going on.
Anyways, go ahead, do the intro.
Oh, sorry. Didn't see you there. I was too busy playing.
You know what? F it. I'll keep it in. Why not?
Couldn't even finish it. That's so funny. Your reaction. Hi, welcome to Brothers by Law podcast. I'm your half your host, Thomas Bowman.
I'm your other half, Jeffrey Stiff.
And as you can see, I was playing a game. And what does that mean? We're talking about
Video games.
Our favorite video game. Why it's our favorite video game.
Is that what you're playing? Were you playing your favorite video game?
Actually, no, I wasn't even playing.
Oh.
I was just pretending. It wasn't real. I do have it on there, but it's not,
okay.
You know.
Because I remember you, right before we started recording, you were saying, oh yeah, I got it on my Switch.
Well, I've been playing the new Pokemon, so I didn't want to jump out of that and switch
okay.
back. I haven't.
He might have a new favorite.
No. No.
No.
That's right. We've seen a lot of feedback about video games and how people want us to talk more about video games. So we're going to. Or at least there's one person, Mark.
But, I mean, the fun part is this is going to be on our favorite video games.
Yes.
Our favorite video game.
Video
Singular.
game. Number one. The top one of our choice. So.
I like it. I like he's got a little
timer to keep ourselves sort of going. So, I say, how about we start with you?
Me? All right.
What is your favorite video game and why?
Let me take you back.
Okay.
When I was a kid.
Hold on, let me get in the mood.
Yeah, get in the mood.
Eyes closed,
All right.
All right.
You in there?
Paint me a picture.
Okay, I can paint you a picture. All right, so I'm a young kid, right?
Mm.
And I have a good buddy of mine named Taylor, right? Now,
describe this Taylor. I gotta get the
he's
image.
short, blonde-haired, pretty cool.
Okay.
He's got a fort outside.
Okay.
A fort up in a tree. He's got a tree house.
All right.
Anyways.
Treehouse.
Yeah. I think
kid.
we're third, fourth grade.
Mm-hmm.
This is during the Xbox and PS2 era.
Okay.
All right. Everybody's got a PS2, right?
I'm that close.
And here I got an Xbox.
All right.
So I'm missing out on a few things, right? So I go over to his place and he's showing me this great PlayStation 2 thing. I'm like, oh, that's pretty legit. The only downside is it doesn't have HD graphics. Mm-hmm. Even as a kid, I can tell. I was like, man, I don't know. The graphics just don't look as good as the Xbox. Right? But the game he was playing was Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, all right.
Oh, yeah. So I like the first one. All right. I like kind of like the other ones, but my absolute favorite was the first one. I don't think the other ones really hold a candle to the first one. Right.
Okay.
But I remember for like the longest time, I'd watch him play, and I really liked the whole magic system. I liked how they implemented Final Fantasy characters with Disney characters, and just like watching him play, I was like, man, I really want to play that game. And then as I got older, eventually I got an emulator. Yeah, no, I didn't get a PS2. I got an emulator.
All right.
And then I actually started like playing that game, and then I got it for the PlayStation 3 finally. First time owning it, the remix and everything.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, I didn't realize how much depth to the story there was.
Yeah, they are very, there's a lot of story there.
Yeah. And again, it was one of those things, at the time, you didn't really hear, Disney and Final Fantasy characters coming together.
Yeah.
And I was, really big into, Final Fantasy at the time, too. So, see those characters, I was like, oh, that's legit. I didn't really care too much about the Disney characters, but it definitely made a whole new feel for the game for me.
Yeah.
And the whole magic system was just... I was never bored with it.
It's an interesting combination.
Yeah.
The Disney and the Square Enix, or Onyx, whatever they call it. It is a very interesting combination for them to pull off, and they pulled it off amazingly.
Yeah. I know a lot of people don't really like them too much. I guess, the cutscenes are very awkward.
Yeah.
But, okay, so there's a high-end cutscenes, right? Mm-hmm. Which I wish they did all their cutscenes like that, where it's got, really fancy HD graphics, and you can tell the simulations are on par. And then they have the cheesy in-game cutscenes that just don't work.
Yeah.
And I don't know, for some reason I just love the whole gameplay.
It's definitely fun.
If I'm not gonna spoil it for anybody, but the ending had me almost in tears. I was
Yeah.
devastated. I was like, oh, jeez. That's a good one right there.
That's what I like. A game that can get you into tears.
Yeah.
That's a good game. I've had a few, and I've cried on. I could think of 2 that I cried in.
I'm curious if that one of them is what you're going to be talking about.
Surprisingly, no.
Oh,
though.
okay.
Surprisingly, no. Like, I think there would have been a part where I did, but I didn't. But, okay, go back onto yours.
But yeah, so like I said, it took me like forever to actually like play it, but like it's one of those games like I can always watch. I watched my brother play it for like a long time because I actually introduced him to it. I was like, bro, you gotta play this game. I've watched my brother or my friend Taylor playing it. Yeah, I'm sure you'll like playing it too, and he's fallen in love with it as well. So I would sit there like watch him play for a bit, and then when I started playing, I actually like loved it even more. So it's like one of those games for some reason I keep going back to and like replaying over and over.
Yeah.
And I say specifically the first one because like the second and the other versions that came out, like I don't know, I never felt like it was as good as the first.
Yeah.
Like it was always missing something. I didn't really care for the Roxas story too much. They made it really complex, whereas the first one was complex, but it didn't go overboard.
Yeah, they definitely made it a lot more complex with that second one.
Yeah.
And then all the little mini ones they threw in there for like the Game Boys and whatnot. They definitely, enhanced the story by a lot.
Doing this, they know how to make a complex story.
Definitely, that is a very complex
But
story.
yeah, like that's why I label it as like my number one game because like there's other games like I've played a lot of. I've played a lot of Star Wars games, right? And I loved Star Wars at the time, and it was really kind of one of those things where I debated about putting a Star Wars game in the title, but Kingdom Hearts is one of those games for some reason every few years I keep going back to just to play it because like I just love that gameplay.
Yeah,
it's one of those things like you can always play it a little differently. You can go take different routes, even like where at the intro, you go through your first couple levels and then it branches out to 2 different paths.
Yeah,
that was legit. Like I didn't know that was I don't think that was really much of a thing back then.
Yeah, no, it's not really. Yeah. It's pretty
I like now they have a lot of choices, but
choices, yeah.
It was kind of cool. I was like, oh, cool, I can go down this way. And then Monstro was one of those hidden worlds that just show up every once in a while.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, Monstro, man.
I'd be going back and forth trying to find them. Like, Monster didn't show up. All right, I guess I got to come back again later. Yeah. And then you can customize your ship and everything. And oh man,
I didn't care for the gummy ship stuff. Like,
I thought I cared for more I cared for more when I was younger. I stopped caring so much as I got older.
Yeah.
But then the equals, I think the third one looked too easy. Because my brother was showing me something that he did with his gummy ship, and I was like, dude, that's like OP. At least the first one, like, there was still a challenge even if you like put a bunch of guns on it. Like, the sequels just seem so OP, like you destroy everything.
See, I got the third one. I ran through the first and second because I got the Story So Far collection, which has everything. Okay.
I was debating about doing that.
And I went through the first and second. It's like the 2.5 remakes or whatever. I did not care for the guy. Like I think I enjoyed it back when I first played it way back when, but definitely do not care for that gummy stuff going through those ships. And the third
all
one,
of them or just the first one?
All of them.
Okay.
And then the third one, you don't really have to do much.
No, you don't.
So I just skip it.
I didn't think it was just one of those like I don't know, like I didn't hate it. I enjoyed it enough to where it was like one of those things that could have easily made it to where you warp to a new world. Yeah. But no, for the first to go to a new world, you have to travel through. Which in those later levels, I don't know about you, but I died a few times.
Oh yeah, I mean I've had my plenty of deaths trying to get through those stupid little zones.
I gotta start over.
Yeah, it's frustrating, especially when you get to there and they have like the boss at the end. You have to beat the boss.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like I said, I know like a couple people don't like the cutscenes or anything. Yeah. But like that gameplay and the story in general is pretty legit.
I think a lot of the issue people had was that first one was like very, the cutscenes and stuff are very childish, like sort of like a little childish romance story between Sora and what's her name?
Wait, people really didn't like that?
I know a few people who didn't.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I thought it was all right, you know.
I think I was okay with it because I actually had a crush on somebody.
Oh, so makes sense.
Man, I feel for him.
Yeah,
just make the move, man.
But no, it's a very good choice.
Yeah. So it's yours.
Oh, we're talking about mine already?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
We can compare and contrast afterwards.
okay. Well, mine is sort of in the lines of yours. I actually took some thinking on this.
Okay.
It's like I have a few games I really enjoyed, a few games that mean like a lot to me just from like, from my history, nostalgia feels that I could always go back to and play. And I have like, I guess, series I really enjoy, like, like Legend of Zelda. That is like a series of games that I really enjoy. Like that probably be one of my top, probably not the top, but it's up there for like series in a long run.
I will say I keep going back to the very first one.
Yeah.
It's good, simple fun.
Yeah. And then you think, throwing everything together, I look for a good story. I look for good character development. A good nostalgia feel. And all that leads me to Final Fantasy VII.
He's got more Final Fantasy characters in there.
That is my favorite game of all time. I think I'm going to put that as number 1. And that remake comes out in March, which I got my pre-order in. But
okay, I'm going to make you hate me for a second.
Okay.
I've never completed Final Fantasy VII.
Ooh. Ooh. What is wrong with you?
I tried once on like an emulator on my phone, and I just couldn't.
How far did you get?
I didn't get that far, to be honest.
Okay.
I'm really. It's such a long game.
It is.
I remember at the
Back
time.
in PlayStation 1, 3 discs.
Is it 3 discs?
3
I couldn't
discs.
remember if it was 3 or 4, but yeah.
Yep.
And
then they're doing the remake. They're putting it out in parts as well.
Jeez.
So
I'm excited for the remake, I'll say.
I am super stoked. So that thing's been stopped for like a very long time.
That's how good.
Okay. It just bothered. I need to stop looking at that stupid screen. We got the screen right there showing the recording, and I keep looking at it because it's... Okay, anyways. So, it wasn't the first game I played. I played tons of different... I played a lot of Sega.
Sega?
But my buddy, like my neighbor, buddy, friend, he had, the Sega. We played that a lot. But he also had the PlayStation 1. And one day I came over, and he was playing it. I was like, oh, cool, what's this game, And he's like, oh, it's Final Fantasy VII, blah, blah. Like, all right. So he let me play it for a little bit.
Okay.
So I did my new file, and
Did you steal it afterwards?
No.
No, okay.
I played it, and I was like, this is fun. So I wanted to go get my own PlayStation so I could get it. And I was probably, I was young, 9, 10-ish. Like, I sort of knew, I knew enough.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I need to get this PlayStation 1. Well... my grandpa ended up giving me a Nintendo 64. So I ended up getting hooked on the Nintendo 64 for a while.
Okay.
So
it was one of those games
like,
that are just in the distance, and you're like,
I wanted to play it. Like, I got through, quite a bit at the beginning of the story, and I was like, this game's so cool. But I ended up getting a Nintendo 64, so I couldn't play it. So after tons of time with the 64, which I love the Nintendo 64 and some of the games on there I spent way too long playing, I finally managed to get myself on a PlayStation and that game, and I played it like crazy. And I beat it.
Took you so long to finally get it and play it.
And it was like, ever since that time I first played that little bit, I was like, it was always like in the back of my mind, I want to play this game. I need to get it. But, I'm a kid. I don't got money to buy a PlayStation, It's kind of funny. I finally got it. I played the crap out of it. And I love it. Like, the story, just a phenomenal story. The twists in it, unbelievable. And I don't know what like, spoiler alert.
I spoiled myself.
Spoiler alert. Actually, one of your character dies.
Which was new at the time.
Yeah, like, it was just breathtaking. And, I never played a Final Fantasy game before, so, the whole hidden characters that you can unlock, through doing certain stuff in the game properly, it wasn't like the Mario parties or Kart or whatever where you had to, fight these people. No, it's like you have to do certain things in the story. Like, I missed over Yuffie completely my first playthrough.
Oh, really?
I got Vincent just because I was just screwing around in the cast. Like, you didn't have to go into that mansion, really, but I did because there was that spot in the beginning or that point where you go in there. So I went back in there, and I ended up stumbling upon Vincent. And I was like, man, this is just the whole twist with Sephiroth and like Cloud and Zack, like
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, I ruined it for myself because a lot of YouTube videos were talking about it, and I was like, oh,
Yeah, like the story just threw me away. Like I was so hooked, and now I own it on pretty much everything I own. I have the PlayStation 1 version. I don't have the PlayStation 1, but I have it.
Yeah.
Got it on my Switch. I got it on my PlayStation. I have it on my computer. I almost bought it on my phone. I decided not to.
No?
So
It's kind of funny you picked a game, Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
I had Kingdom Hearts that has Final Fantasy characters.
Yeah.
So I wonder if it's just those characters in general that just makes a great game.
well, I mean, probably. I mean,
Probably.
they do a great.
Because, I mean, like, Kingdom Hearts, Sephiroth was just awesome.
Yeah.
That very first, like, okay, I heard a lot of people say, like, in the first game, Sephiroth was too easy or easy or whatever, but I don't know. He was a pain in the butt to
He's
me.
tough.
Yeah.
I
He was
don't-
always, like, the main, like, well, I mean, not, like, the main challenge, but he was, like, one of those pinnacle challenges in the game.
Yeah.
You gotta beat Sephiroth.
And like what is funny too, like they made like a sort of a spin-off on Final Fantasy VII for a game, like where I think it's like it's sort of like and they made a movie as well that sort of goes off different parts of the story. And yeah, like how they like sort of remade Cloud, which that's the Kingdom Hearts version, is like from I think the movie or the other game,
Wait. So they...
Advent Child.
Oh. So you're saying that Cloud is a different Cloud?
Well, yeah, because like the normal Final Fantasy VII Cloud, he's just like the little blue, like sort of the soldier uniform with the giant sword. He doesn't have all that crazy, dark
gotcha.
look clothing.
I thought you were saying like there's some like alternate timeline.
No, I think I don't remember Advent Child that much. I watched it, but I don't really remember. I think it's just sort of not like a sort of a spin-off of like stuff afterwards.
I gotcha.
And then I think they made a game where it was you play as Vincent. Which was cool. I played it. I don't remember it, but I know I played it.
I never liked spin-offs. Like, okay, I mean, like if there's a few that's not like too bad, like Crash Bash.
Yeah.
That was kind of fun spin-off, but for like storytelling purposes, I'm like, yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah.
Like I think when we were talking about or going through remakes and remasters, I brought up Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, again, it's like one of those, like,
But unfortunately, all the Kingdom Hearts sort of play into the story.
yeah.
They're
of
official
the
of the timeline.
It wasn't too bad because, like, Chain of Memories is literally just, like, filler.
Yeah.
And, like, when you get to the second one, it's like, oh, okay. I mean, you really didn't need to play.
Yeah, they end up telling you, sort of, but it is sort of, like, you get a little more information if you actually play through it, unfortunately, because that game sucked.
There's a Final Fantasy, like you're talking about, like there being a remake and they're coming out with multiple parts, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are they putting in the multiple parts?
The rest of the story.
Just the rest of the story?
They're cutting the game into parts. So it's basically going to be like 3 discs, like how the PlayStation 1 was. But they're taking that disc 1 and they're making like a whole game out of it. And then the disc 2 is going to be a whole game out of it.
That's pretty legit.
Yeah. And they've actually already started work on the disc part 2.
I love it when they like take a good game and make it better.
I just hope they don't ruin it. Like I'm still like in the back of my mind, like please don't ruin it. Please don't ruin it, because like there is always that chance they will.
They might,
but like
try to add something in there that really wasn't warranted.
Exactly.
I know they had the big old debate with like Tifa.
Yeah, they end up downsizing her.
Thomas is bummed out. Like,
poor Tifa.
They did the same thing to Tomb Raider too.
Yeah, it gets to a point where it's a little too much.
I mean, back in the day, they really embellished a lot.
Yeah.
We're gonna make everything bigger.
Yep, bigger's better.
Yeah, man. So just thinking about like so Kingdom Hearts, they came out with the 1.5 series, and I don't. Did you ever play like the original versus like the 1.5 or?
I played the original Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. And then that was forever ago, but recently I played through it was the most recent updates of them.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I was pretty proud of it because like the Japanese version and the American version were very different. Well, not different, but the Japanese version had more stuff.
Yeah.
They call it the final mix.
Yeah.
So I was really happy they came out or remastered it because they had to rebuild number 1 from scratch.
Yeah, then they like lose all the stuff, so they had to basically
But it was kind of cool. They actually went all out and put the final mix stuff in there. Yeah. I don't know if they added more, but I mean they did do all of them for one console, which is pretty awesome. And now they're doing the same thing with Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Which I'm hopefully will be just as successful.
I sure hope so.
Do you know when that comes out?
March. Comes in early March, I think.
He's already got it pinned up on a date. Just like,
it's
coming out this
I got
date.
I got it pre-ordered. That and the new Animal Crossing.
I'm hoping. Is it coming out with for PS4?
Yes.
Okay. And
the
PC or?
I don't know about the PC yet. I know for sure PS4. I don't think it's coming out on the PC.
I was gonna say I hope it's coming out for like the PS5 as well or something.
I'm sure they will, but the PS5 don't. It probably, I don't know. They may put the PS5 should have backwards compatibility.
Yeah, I'm not holding my breath for that.
But they say
I don't know
why.
They
say it's got it. So we'll see.
I just don't trust this backwards compatible anymore.
I just hope because like it probably won't be a while before I buy a PS5. So I'm hoping when the part 2 comes out, hopefully they'll have a PS4 and a PS5 drop. They probably won't because they want money. So I'm gonna have to go get me a PS5.
So it's gonna be one of those things you'd buy on the PS4 and the PS5.
No.
Maybe.
Well, if I get a PS5, I'll probably get rid of my PS4. Maybe not. I don't know. Especially if it has backwards compatibility. Like, well, what's the sense of keeping my PS4 if I got the backwards compatibility?
I wonder. I keep waiting for. I don't know if they actually released it or not, but I keep waiting for the Kingdom Hearts to have. You said the story so far has been out.
Yeah.
But that doesn't include Kingdom Hearts 3, does it?
No, it just has a little demo.
Which that's why
because it came out before Kingdom Hearts 3, so people could play it to get caught up on the story.
Yeah. That's what I've been waiting for. I want like the whole collection.
Hopefully they'll make it. I mean,
Oh yeah, I'm sure they will.
I haven't beat it yet, Kingdom Hearts 3, and like every time I jump on my PlayStation, there's like new updates, so I don't know what they're about. I haven't looked into them.
I'm gonna be that dickhead that does the same thing with Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah.
Wait for it to like release all of them and just buy it as one big pack.
See, I'll probably buy them all individual and then buy them all as a pack. Now it's crazy.
That's what my brother did.
They have 3 versions of the Final Fantasy 7 release. They got like the standard, which is just the game. They have a deluxe, which has the game, some DLC for certain summons.
Why do I feel like I'm gonna hate all this?
A CD of like the music.
Okay.
And then like a book. I can't remember what the book is.
Which I mean, the music's actually not bad.
Yeah, and like a book. Can't remember what the book was. I think it's a book. Now, the big edition, the giant edition, is like almost $400. It's everything in the deluxe edition, but you get a statue of Cloud on that motorcycle.
Okay, I was waiting for where the money was going towards.
It's just that statue.
It's going for a statue.
If I had the money, I would have bought it. I just went for the deluxe edition.
Fair enough. All right. So that's your favorite game, and you discovered it through your friend.
Yes.
I wonder if friends are what cause like that nostalgic like love for something, like watching them like have fun with it. Like if you were to just like go in the store and buy Final Fantasy 7 and play it, like do you think you would have loved it as much?
I don't know. I don't know if I would have discovered it as soon. That's the thing, because like at the time I didn't have a game system.
Okay, that's what encouraged you to get one or ask
he
for
said
one?
I would go out to hang out with him to play Sega with him all the time. We'd play like Golden Axe and whatnot. But then he had it and he was playing it one day and I was like, that looked pretty cool. Like I want to play it, and it just I don't know. Like for whatever reason, seeing it, I was like, that looked like watching him play for this like hour I watched him play, and then playing it myself, I was like hooked on it. Like it was in the back of my head.
Yeah,
I want that game. So I don't know. It might be like I think if anything, friends introduce you to games. Like you may not normally see yourself, or you may not normally try yourself. At least back then. Nowadays, you can just Google and all that and sort of get reviews and watch, playthroughs and whatnot before you buy.
Yeah.
So it's a little easier. It may not be as meaningful, because I think there might be a part of like, it brings back some memories and your friends and all that.
But there really is more to it than just that.
Potentially, yeah. And there's more to it. Because I mean, like I said, we played Golden Axe all the time, but like, I'm not looking at Golden Axe like I look at Final Fantasy, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. So you mentioned that the pack coming with like a CD or stuff. And I always thought that was kind of silly until like I actually heard like a game soundtrack that actually sounded good.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? That might not be a bad idea.
Yeah, yeah. It's got a good soundtrack.
So like for me, like Kingdom Hearts is like it's not like the greatest sounding thing, but the sound effects and the sounds like all the music is very memorable.
Yeah.
Like I think the first time I got to was it the freaking castle? Was it Hollow Bastion?
Oh, Hollow Bastion.
Yeah, I was thinking Hollow something. It's been a hot minute since I played, but yeah, Hollow Bastion. The first that's when you finally hit the ground and you hear the music going. I was like, man, this you can tell this has been a tone shift.
Bringing back the whole intro, you know, you're laying there, and you're looking around, you got Donald and Goofy running into you.
So like music plays a big role for me. Like it doesn't have to be like something I'm gonna like listen to in the car or anything, but like if it fits the moment, like I'm in it. Like music like puts me into the game more. And I wish like more games would actually like care more about sound and music.
Yeah. You know, I'm gonna say something funny. I had this last time we recorded an episode. I saw like a meme that was relatable to the episode where the topic. Well, I was sitting there this morning, and I saw a meme, and it was like a shot from The Little Mermaid, and it has like you can clearly see Donald, Goofy, and Mickey, and someone's like, "See, like the Kingdom Hearts was real." And it's funny that you brought up Kingdom Hearts as your favorite game, because we did not discuss what we were bringing to the table. I already
kind of figured what yours was.
Yeah, I've talked about it a million times.
Yeah. And I was like, no, I'm not going to tell mine. I'm just going to throw it out there.
That was pretty funny that sort of popped up, and then this is happening again.
Yeah. So what was your highlight for like your favorite for Final Fantasy, or just a game that you really like? Like if like gameplay, graphics.
What am I looking for?
Yeah, like what really like is something you just absolutely enjoy?
I need a good story. I need a story that captivates me. It gets me hooked.
It's funny because you mentioned that, and you're playing Pokemon, and I was complaining about that. I was like, man, I hate the story in that game.
I think a lot of the stuff that really pushed me to hold off on buying it right away. I finally bought because my buddy bought it, so I caved and got it because he got Sword. And he's like, "Oh man, you can do all these cool." He's just talking about it. I'm like, "Oh, whatever. I was gonna get it eventually, so I might as well just get it." So, but one of the things I was reading that really pushed me away is that the story on this one is just like it felt unfinished. A lot of people felt like it was rushed, unfinished, and they could have done more with it.
Which, I mean, Kingdom Hearts isn't exactly was finished either. Like per se, you know, it didn't have a beginning, middle, and end. It was more like you had the beginning of the Sora story, and you had a middle, but there was really no ending. It kind of like a cliffhanger. Yeah. So maybe, like to me, like like it just needs to have a right balance, you know.
Yeah, yeah. But like I really look for a great story. Like if you got a good story, I'll be hooked on the game. Like I just got done playing the new God of War. I mean, well, you know, it came out like last year or whatever. But I love the twist they did with the Norse mythology. First of all, because I love Norse mythology. Yeah. But like the story is captive. I did feel it was too short. They could have added more to it.
Oh, okay.
But I thought it was a great story. Like, it just kept you hooked. And like I said, I look for that in a game.
That was like another game that I didn't play was God of War.
Yeah,
I heard it was really good. It's just one of those things. Like I never played any of the other ones because again, I didn't have a PS2.
Yeah, I played them. I just never. I don't think I ever beat any of them until this one. And I think I have most of them on my PlayStation.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I don't know. It's
okay. So to wrap this up, right?
Okay.
Can you think of a few games that were close to being your top game?
Close runner-ups?
Yeah. Because I easily have 3 on my head.
All right, what are your 3?
Okay. Crash Bandicoot 2, particularly.
Okay.
I didn't play the first one when I was a kid. I played the second one, so I have that really like nostalgic feeling toward that. Spyro the Dragon.
Okay.
I've played that several times. I even got it on the Switch. And then Blinks the Time Sweeper.
All right.
Which I know that last one's kind of different,
Yeah.
but I discovered it on the Xbox and I absolutely love it.
Okay.
And those were very close to being my top game. Again, like, it's just one of those things where I sat there and thought about like games that things that I absolutely love in a video game.
Mm-hmm.
Kingdom Hearts just had a few things more, in my opinion, that kind of put it above it.
Yeah.
Which, like, I think most people would agree that, Spyro and Crash are very good games.
Yeah.
But there's always that one weird like game that for some reason you just love more than probably other people do.
Yeah. Like I said, Final Fantasy VII, that really took it for me because of the nostalgia. I feel that really kicked it off for me because that really got me into gaming.
Yeah.
So that was really why Final Fantasy VII always wins for me. But a few others. Let's see, Harvest Moon's on the 64.
Yeah, you and my wife talk about Harvest Moon all the time, and I just don't get it.
We rented it. Like I rented it way back when. I rented it for the weekend. Like, we go to my mom's house. I'd rent a game for the weekend. I just sort of randomly picked this. I played it the whole weekend.
Oh, jeez.
Like,
Okay, so
I couldn't quit it. I just, for whatever reason, I love like the farming simulation games. That one just sort of was like that's what got got me into that type of stuff. Like, I loved it. So that one's up there. Then there is a newer game that it's up on my list, but I didn't want to put it because it's super new. Really, I felt like it's just too new. Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, okay, I could see. Yeah.
Because that game is brilliant. I cried at the end.
But you didn't put it up there because it's too
I
new?
just felt like it was too new for me to want to put like greatest of all time.
Okay, so you
But
didn't
it
have
was
that
definitely
nostalgic feeling.
Yeah,
or-
I just felt like this is too new to say like, oh, it was my favorite of all time because it just came out like a year or so ago. So, but that was definitely an amazing game. And then my third one, I don't really have a third one.
You know, a third one?
I was sort of between those ones. There's a bunch of other games in there. Like
Smaller
there's
ones that you're just like,
a bunch of them, like I said, I'd probably throw a Legend of Zelda game in there, but I sort of see that as more of the whole series. Like the Final Fantasy games, I don't really see them as a series because I don't really care
funny
for a
'cause,
lot
like,
of them.
the games we picked were kind of came out when we were younger.
Yeah.
So I wonder if like years down the line there'll be like kids who be like, oh, my favorite game was like Call of Duty like 10 or something, like
Yeah.
stuff that we're like, well, that like we see as kind of like a sequel or whatever, but they'd be like, that's the game that they got them started in like video games or something.
Yeah.
Because like before like Kingdom Hearts, I really didn't play too many video games. Like it was just mainly like I played a little bit of Sega and I had a PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
But I wasn't really into it. That was like the one game for some reason I just wanted to dedicate more time to.
Okay. Actually, I
Like,
do have a third
you do
runner
have
up.
a
I
third?
just remembered it. I'm like, oh, that is actually a good one. Like, why didn't I not think of this earlier? Shining Force.
Shining Force?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
It's on Sega.
Oh, well, that's why I don't know what it is.
That game
I had like 3 games for the Sega.
was great. I guess another good one would be Legend of Dragoon.
Oh, okay.
But like I liked it, but I don't think it wasn't on my level of greatest of all time. But it's definitely like a runner up.
So what kept those games from being your top one?
Like I said, Red Dead just because it's too new. Harvest Moon, more on the lines
Well,
like
you
how
talk about Harvest Moon all the time too.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised it's not.
It's
up there.
just that one probably would have. I don't know. Is one of those games I can get lost in and just play it, but it doesn't really feel fulfilling. Whereas there's no real story to it. Like there is, but there isn't. Shining Force, Legend of Dragoon. Those two are good. Shining Force, I can't remember so much. It's like in the very back of my memory right now. Like I don't know why I did not think of it, but it is definitely I enjoyed it. I played the crap out of it. I actually had it on my phone there recently. But it's another RPG style game. And then Legend of Dragoon, which there's rumors of a remake.
Look at him, he's cheesing right now.
But it's up there. But like I don't know, I didn't want to have too many RPGs fighting over top game.
So you just love RPGs in general.
I do love RPGs in general. It's like thinking of it, I want to sort of have a variety, but like I'm very strong on RPGs.
Yeah, I feel
So,
ya.
I didn't want my whole list of top games to be just strictly RPGs because
Is Kingdom Hearts considered an RPG?
I think so.
I was kind of 50-50. I was like, I almost want to call it like that, but because
It's
I
like-
personally like RPGs as well.
Yeah.
But for like my like list of games, I think a lot of them are missing like a good story.
Mm-hmm.
So I was kind of like I can keep playing Crash Bandicoot, but like I can spend like probably like 10, 15 minutes at a time, and I'm like, okay, I died enough times, I'm good, you know.
Yeah.
Or it's Spyro, like I can play it for a bit and it's good fun, but again, like the story's not like that
Yeah.
great, and then Blink's the Time Sweeper. There's not a whole lot of substance to it. For some reason, it's like one of those guilty pleasure kind of things, you know.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, I get enjoyment out of it, but it doesn't fit like all my criterias. So that's kind of like why I put like Kingdom Hearts on top of like everything. I was like, you know, that's the one like has everything, and for some reason I keep going back to.
Yeah. So, all right, there you guys have it. That's
Those are
our
our
favorite video game.
Favorite games.
So
If you guys like these video game episodes, do let us know. Leave a
And-
comment.
let us know your favorite video game as well.
Yeah, this was like something quick that we just kind of threw together. We're like, you know, let's do an episode on favorite video games.
Yeah. So go ahead. You know, you can find us by searching Brothers by Law on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcast services, and Google Podcast services, and Twitch. We're on Twitch. We're sort of going to be playing around with that here eventually.
Yep.
And then as well, we have our Patreon, patreon.com/BBLpod. Like I keep saying, we're going to eventually build that up a little better than what it is right now. But if you're enjoying us, go ahead and try and
Yep.
subscribe.
We'll
For
hopefully be getting these stickers up on there.
we're hopefully going to get some more of these stickers put on there. So if you subscribe, you'll get a sticker as well as a few other bonuses that are on there already. So
Yeah.
go ahead, check that out.
And if you guys want to get started on a podcast yourself, we have a link for you guys for a $25 gift card. Just click on the link and get started on buzzsprout.com. That's what we are using for our podcast, and it works wonderful.
All right.
We'll catch you guys in the next one.
See you later.